You are told to eat your vegetables. It is the first and most basic rule of good health. But what if I told you that some of the most common vegetables on your dinner plate could be secretly contributing to your joint pain, draining your energy, and weakening your legs? Today we are going to uncover the great vegetable paradox. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter, and to help us navigate this surprising and very important topic, we are joined by a physician who has spent over a century studying how different foods interact with an aging body. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. This is a very important conversation. We must understand that not all plants are created equal, especially for an aging body. Some plants are very calming and are designed for rebuilding, but other plants can be irritating and can promote inflammation in a sensitive system. The wisdom is in knowing the difference between the two.
And that is exactly our mission for you today. In this detailed guide, we will first expose the 3 problem vegetables that many seniors should consider limiting or avoiding in their diet. Dr. Hinohara will explain the issues, and I will add the simple science behind them. Then in the second half of the video, we will reveal the 3 wonderful healing vegetables that should be taking their place on your plate. It is a true blessing to have the wisdom to make these smart choices and to be able to better care for the bodies we've been given. If you are ready to learn how to make smarter choices in the produce aisle of your grocery store, please type the number 1 in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and this information is so important for your daily well-being. Okay, doctor, let's get right into our investigation. Let's start with the problem vegetables that our viewers might be eating right now. What is the first and most common vegetable that could be silently causing them harm?
The first one is perhaps the most common and the most profoundly comforting vegetable on dinner tables all across America. It is the white potato. Whether it is mashed, baked, or fried, the white potato is a nostalgic favorite for so many people. It is warm, it is familiar, and it is a staple at countless family gatherings and holiday meals.
And because it is a vegetable, so many people assume that it must be completely healthy. So what is the hidden problem with the common white potato, especially for a person over the age of 60?
The problem is not that the potato is a poison. The problem is that it is a very starchy vegetable that when it is cooked and eaten acts very much like pure sugar once it gets inside your body.
That is exactly right, and the key here is a scientific measure called the glycemic index. This is a ranking of how quickly a food breaks down into simple sugars in your bloodstream. White potatoes, especially when they are peeled, boiled, and mashed or baked until they are very soft, have a very high glycemic index. It can be just as high as white bread or even table sugar. When a senior eats a large portion of these potatoes, it can cause a swift and very dramatic blood sugar spike. Your body then has to release a large amount of the hormone insulin to try and manage all of that sugar. This is often followed a few hours later by an equally jarring blood sugar crash. This chaotic up and down process, day after day, places an immense amount of stress on your blood vessels, and most importantly, it ignites a state of systemic inflammation throughout your entire body. Over time, this persistent low-grade inflammation begins to damage your smallest and most delicate blood vessels, the capillaries. And this damage is often most noticeable in your legs, your feet, and even in your brain. The result of this damage is compromised circulation, slower nerve signals, and a much higher risk of the distressing numbness, the painful cramps, and the dangerous balance issues that so many seniors struggle with.
This is precisely what I saw in a patient of mine. He was a 72-year-old retired truck driver, a very strong man his whole life. But he came to see me because he was noticing some very unwelcome changes in his body. He told me that he would wake up every single morning with very stiff knees that would take a long time to loosen up. His feet, he said, felt perpetually cold and sometimes numb. And he was beginning to struggle with his balance, especially when he was navigating stairs. We sat down together and we meticulously reviewed his daily meals. And the pattern was undeniably clear. Every single night with his dinner, he ate a large portion of mashed potatoes. It was his favorite comfort food from his childhood. It's the one thing I never gave up, he told me. But that nightly habit, especially because he would often add a lot of butter and cream, was subtly fueling the fire of his chronic inflammation and was actively weakening the circulation in his legs. He, like so many people, had dismissed all of his symptoms as just getting old. But in reality, his favorite food was a major contributor to his problem.
That is such a powerful story, and it shows how even a seemingly innocent and beloved food can contribute to these problems over many years. It is a powerful reminder of the stewardship we have over our daily choices and how blessed we are to now have the scientific knowledge to understand these deep connections between our food and our long-term health. So the white potato is a problem for our legs and joints because of its very high glycemic index and its effect on our blood sugar and inflammation. Doctor, what is the next category of vegetables that can be a hidden problem for some seniors?
Our next two problem vegetables both belong to a very famous botanical family, known as the nightshades. Now, I must be very clear with our viewers. These vegetables are not a problem for everyone. Many people can eat them with no issue at all. But for a significant number of older adults, especially those who are already dealing with arthritis, chronic joint stiffness, or nerve pain, they can be a hidden source of daily irritation.
The nightshade family, as you said in the source material, that includes tomatoes and peppers as well. Let's start with our second problem, vegetable on the list today, eggplant. What is the specific issue with eggplant for a sensitive person?
The issue is a natural chemical compound that the plant produces to protect itself from insects and other threats in nature. This compound is called solanine.
That's right. And while for most people, this solanine compound is completely harmless in a body that is already in a state of chronic inflammation, it can act as a mild irritant. It can contribute to that feeling of daily wear and tear on the joints. The effect of solanine is often not dramatic. It is very subtle. A person might not eat eggplant for dinner and then wake up with a sudden sharp pain. Instead, they may just notice over time that their joints feel a little more swollen in the morning or their legs feel a little bit heavier the next day. It is a low-grade, persistent irritation that can prevent the joints from ever fully calming down.
And our third and final problem vegetable is another very common member of the nightshade family, and it is one that many people believe is very healthy. It is the green bell pepper. I had a patient, a woman in her late 60s, who was suffering from moderate arthritis in her hands and in her knees. She was trying to be very healthy. She told me she ate a large salad every single day for her lunch. And that salad was always full of chopped raw green bell peppers because they were inexpensive at the grocery store, and she liked the bitter taste and the crunch. But she was still having a lot of daily pain, and she also complained of a lot of digestive bloating. I suggested a simple experiment. I asked her to remove only the green bell peppers from her diet for just 3 weeks. She was very skeptical, but she agreed to try. She came back to my office and she told me that she was shocked. Her joint pain had not vanished completely, but it had noticeably lessened. and her feeling of digestive bloating was almost completely gone. For her sensitive system, the raw green peppers were a hidden trigger for both her gut and her joints.
That is another perfect story, and it illustrates the science of a different group of defensive plant compounds called lectins. Lectins are another one of nature's natural defense mechanisms for plants. They are essentially very sticky proteins. In a sensitive person, these lectins can stick to the delicate lining of the gut, which can block the absorption of other important nutrients and can cause a great deal of irritation. This can contribute to a condition that many doctors now call leaky gut, where undigested food particles can leak through the intestinal wall and into the bloodstream. This then triggers a low-grade body-wide immune response, which means more inflammation for your already sensitive joints. And here is the critical insight from the source material you shared, Doctor. Green bell peppers are just unripe peppers. They have a much higher concentration of these irritating lectins than their fully ripened red, yellow, or orange counterparts. The ripe peppers are not only gentler on your digestive system, but they are also much, much higher in the beneficial anti-inflammatory antioxidants like vitamin C and beta-carotene that our bodies actually want.
So the advice is very simple. If you are struggling with unexplained joint pain or digestive issues, you can try removing these nightshade vegetables from your diet for a few weeks and just pay close attention to how your body feels. And if you love to eat bell peppers, it is always a wiser choice to choose the red, yellow, or orange ones over the green ones.
It is a wonderful example of the importance of listening to the wisdom of our own individual bodies, which are a blessed and very intricate gift. What works for one person may not work for another, and it's a blessing to be able to share this kind of nuanced knowledge with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you.
So we have now identified the 3 common problem vegetables that can be a source of irritation and inflammation for a sensitive, aging body. But now, let us turn to the good news. Let us talk about the heroes of our story. These are the 3 wonderful healing vegetables that should be taking their place on your plate every single day.
Okay, Doctor. This is the part of the show our viewers have been waiting for the solutions. What is the first healing vegetable on your list?
Our first one is simple, it is crunchy, it is affordable, and it is incredibly powerful. It is the carrot. Carrots are exceptionally good for protecting our vision, our delicate nerves, and our blood vessels.
That's exactly right. The beautiful bright orange color of carrots comes from their extremely high content of an antioxidant called beta-carotene. Your body is very intelligent. It takes this beta-carotene from the carrot and it brilliantly converts it into vitamin A. Vitamin A is absolutely indispensable for our health as we age. It is critical for maintaining healthy vision, especially our ability to see in low-light conditions. It also tirelessly combats the daily oxidative stress that can gradually damage the delicate nerve endings and the fragile capillaries in our legs and our feet. This means your brain can send stronger, more precise signals to your muscles, which leads to improved coordination and a significantly lower risk of stumbling or losing your balance.
And as we have said before on this channel, the best way to get the most benefit from your carrots is to cook them gently. A light steaming or roasting them with a little bit of healthy olive oil is perfect. This simple cooking process actually helps your body to absorb that precious beta-carotene much more efficiently than eating them raw.
So carrots are a fantastic protector for our nerves and our vision. What is the second healing vegetable on your list, Doctor?
Our second healing vegetable is a true superstar. It is broccoli. And this brings us back to the story of the 72-year-old retired truck driver who was eating mashed potatoes every single night and was suffering from those stiff knees and the cold, numb feet. This was the simple, life-altering swap that he made. He replaced his nightly portion of mashed potatoes with one simple cup of steamed broccoli. He told me that at first he was not sure what to expect, but within an astonishingly brief period of just 2 weeks, he came back to my office. He told me that his knees felt markedly more stable. The troublesome swelling in his legs had noticeably diminished, and he experienced a significant surge in sustained energy that lasted throughout the entire day. He even exclaimed to me with a big, genuine smile, "I don't dread the stairs anymore." That one simple swap from the white potato to the green broccoli changed everything for him.
That is the perfect ending to that story, and it is so incredibly hopeful. And the science of why broccoli is so much more powerful than a white potato is all about a remarkable and very special compound called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is a true hero compound in the world of nutrition. It activates a special pathway in your body called the NRF2 pathway. You can think of this pathway as your body's master antioxidant and detoxification switch. When you flip this switch on by eating broccoli, you are telling your own body to start producing its own powerful internal antioxidant and anti-inflammatory enzymes. So you are not just eating an anti-inflammatory food, you are telling your own body to become an anti-inflammatory machine. It is a much deeper level of healing.
So broccoli is the master switch. Now, what is our third and final healing vegetable, doctors?
Our final one is another green powerhouse that is specifically and wonderfully good for your blood flow. It is spinach.
Yes, spinach is a wonderful food for helping the legs to feel light and responsive.
And the reason for this is that spinach is one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates. Once you eat the spinach, your body converts these natural nitrates into a remarkable molecule called nitric oxide. As we've discussed many times on Healthier Daily, nitric oxide is the body's primary signal for vasodilation, which is a scientific way of saying it tells your blood vessels to relax, to open up, and to allow more healthy oxygen-rich blood to flow through. This improved circulation is vital for delivering oxygen to your leg muscles and to your brain. And on top of that, spinach is also exceptionally rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, the two powerful antioxidants that, as we know from another video, directly protect our vision. So with one simple serving of spinach, you are supporting both your circulation and your eyesight at the same time. It is just another example of the incredible multi-layered design that we see in these blessed natural foods.
And with spinach, it is always best not to boil it for a long period of time, as this can destroy many of the delicate nutrients. A very light sauté in a little bit of olive oil, or even better, eating it raw in a smoothie or a fresh salad, is the best way to get its full, powerful benefits.
Doctor, this has been an incredible and truly eye-opening guide. You've taught us that not all vegetables are created equal, especially for an aging body, and that by making a few simple, smart swaps on our dinner plate, we can make a huge difference in our daily joint pain. Swapping out the high glycemic white potato for the sulforaphane-rich broccoli. Swapping the potentially irritating nightshades like eggplant and green peppers for the nourishing carrot and the circulation-boosting spinach. This is a powerful and very practical strategy for improving senior health. By making these simple swaps, our viewers can begin to reduce the chronic inflammation that is so often at the root cause of their joint pain. This knowledge is so empowering and is a true cornerstone of a proactive senior health strategy. It is a daily way to fight back against the stiffness and discomfort of joint pain and to live a more active and vibrant life.
I want to leave everyone watching with this one final thought. The power to feel better is on your plate at every single meal. A simple, wise choice, a simple swap like the ones we have discussed when it is done consistently every single day, can create a profound and beautiful change in how you move and how you feel.
That is a beautiful message, Doctor. A simple, wise choice. It's about being a good steward of our health, and as you said in the source material, every single bite we take is a vote. It is a vote for the kind of health and the kind of future we want for ourselves. And it is a blessing to have the knowledge to cast that vote wisely. And of course, the wisest first step is always to speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have any existing health conditions. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes. If you found this guide empowering and are excited to make a change, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or family member who might be struggling with joint pain or low energy. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, what is one smart swap you are going to try making on your dinner plate this week? Please share your plan in the comments below. Your commitment can be an inspiration to our entire community. Thank you for being with us. Be well.